All right, welcome, guys. We have another rock star today from the Milwaukee Tech Hub team, Vanessa. Thank you so much for coming out here and having this conversation with us.
Yeah.
First of all, it's amazing to sit down with you and get to learn a little bit more
Yeah.
about what cool things you are up to.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm honored to be here, so I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, Vanessa, let's start with one of the things that you had mentioned in our previous conversations, which I thought was like fascinating, was finding that role fit.
Mm.
And I just wanted to
Yeah.
like hone on that a little bit, because a lot of people are missing that in their lives.
Yeah.
Especially in their work lives. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. I think especially with the way that society is currently structured, there's so much pressure to figure out what's right for you.
Yeah.
And I think for so long in college, you pick a major and you're like, this is what I have to study. And I really stuck to that for a long time. I did TV. So my study was journalism and digital media. So filming, news writing, news television. So I did a lot of that, but I never really felt like it was my place to like really settle in. I constantly felt like I was questioning, is this right for me? So I went to get my master's degree. It was an opportunity to get a full ride and just kind of explore a little bit more about what I'm interested in. So I did a little bit more filmmaking there, more study. But then an opportunity came up with Milwaukee Tech about a programs and events role. So I knew when I was in graduate school, I helped run a program, and I knew that I loved being able to bring community together. I did that through journalism, but also through my previous work with the program I helped run. And as soon as I joined, it was like instant. It felt like I was done with school, kind of entering this phase of my life where I'm going to be working for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I feel very privileged to be in a position where I was able to come in and I felt like this is it. This is where I think I can thrive, but most importantly, I can really connect people and be that person if people are interested in getting connected, because that to me is super important, just finding where you can feel like you fit, because I struggled with that, feeling like I could settle somewhere. So being able to bring that to people is really rewarding.
That's an interesting thing, because I think a lot of people struggle with that and like finding, because I know so many of the people in the community as well as elsewhere who feel that they're a little lost. They're going through the masters, like master's level is like you're getting mastery into something. That means you better like
and
right?
You're more specified.
Yeah.
You're like narrowing yourself. Yeah.
Exactly. But it's okay to even feel out of place with that, right?
Yeah.
And I think normalizing that is a little bit of a challenge of how we can perhaps like achieve that. So what's your advice to people who might be a little bit lost in their careers? Was there any specific thing that helped you?
I think knowing that it's okay to not know what you want. So, do you want me to restart? Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's okay knowing that you don't know if you're in the right place necessarily, but you're working towards something. You kind of have to motivate yourself and find the things you are passionate about. I think you kind of it's not a straight line. It's always going to be a curved path.
Correct.
Might be a bunch of different branches. So I would say just know that you don't have to have the answer. You could be 50 and not know the answer. I know people that are like, I always hear people all the time that are like in their 50s and 60s. They always say, I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up. And I think that's just a normal part of life. Like there's no answer to anything. It's what you make of it. It's what you decide to do with it.
Yeah.
And that's where you find purpose, where you can see yourself fitting somewhere. And you shouldn't be afraid to take those jumps either, even if it feels far-fetched. Like journalism and tech, not really, doesn't go together too much. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So was there a community that helped you, or was it just internal realizations and reflections that made you? Because it's easier said than done, I guess. So that's why I'm just asking, as someone who's perhaps found that,
Yeah.
the light at the end of the tunnel. Because a lot of people struggle through that. I have so many friends who just keep struggling and saying it's such a chore to go to work,
Yeah.
and just not finding the gem. Correct? Is it
Yeah.
more experimentation, or like, guys? Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Quick break in the pod to talk about our presenting sponsors, choosemketech.org. If you're looking to grow your tech career in Milwaukee, choosemketech.org connects you to local jobs, events, community groups, all powered by the Milwaukee Tech Hub Coalition. Find your place in Milwaukee's growing tech scene at choosemketech.org.
I think for me, I realized that I needed to be somewhere that was purpose driven, mission driven. So Milwaukee Tech lives and breathes that,
Yeah,
and that felt very natural for me. So it obviously is better said than done, but I think one thing that's important too is to not feel like you have to stay somewhere, even if you've been. I know a lot of people, they stay somewhere for like 20 years and they're like, this is my whole life, but I hate it. But
miserable.
you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
There's obviously stipulations, like maybe you have a family you have to take care of. But if you could keep exploring and finding places like Milwaukee Tech, or even if it's not tech, where they're giving you opportunities to try something, giving you the resources to make it accessible, I don't think it's out of reach for people. I think it's just a matter of timing, finding something that you think you could try to jump into, even if you're unsure. Because the leaps, the uncharted waters can be very. I had a lot of that in this role, where it's like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna try. And the worst thing you can do is not try, in my opinion, because then you can fail. And in Milwaukee Tech, like, you're in a position where you're gonna be supported.
right.
That's how I feel. So I feel like I can keep trying. So that culture too is really important and very valuable for work life. You spend so much of your life working.
Yeah.
So you have to be somewhere where it is like a healthy culture that supports you and what you envision for your career.
That's well said.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that you found
Yeah, I
that
feel very lucky.
yes,
Especially just straight out of school.
exactly. I don't know of too many people who would say that. So tell me, like, what are the job functions that you do, and
Yeah.
that's clearly bringing you a lot of joy and purpose. So
Yeah, so I'm our programs and events person, so we
the
have.
party,
Yes.
yeah, as you mentioned, we have
We do.
established that.
Yes, yes. So we have like 4M, which is a startup incubator, which you are very familiar with, and then we have Fuse, which is a program for college students to come in and learn about tech and AI.
Yeah.
And then we also have our AI community of professionals, innovators that are really looking to understand where AI is, what the future looks like. We have a few others as well, but those are kind of like the flagship that takes up a lot of my time.
Okay.
And a lot of that just means, like, how can I bring people together so they have the resources that they need to thrive in this space? How can I make it feel like a community where they're engaging with each other? And I think a good example of that would be our AI community. I talk to a lot of the people in the community, write features on them, like, who is this person? What are things that they're doing that's really exciting? And that usually gets like good traction, just people being like, oh, I can connect with this person because they know about this and I have questions about this. And it kind of creates that chain. And then Fuse, especially, I actually had a student recently. They reached out and said, I just really want to thank you for Fuse this past summer because you opened my eyes open to tech. They were in healthcare previously, and now they have kind of like a startup that they're starting. And now they have an event for Wisconsin Tech Month. Like, it really pushed them into the tech
forefront,
ecosystem. Yeah. So they feel like they were supported. And that's what drives me, is knowing that I can give people that experience and do it authentically, making sure that they are supported.
Hey all, quick break in the podcast to talk about Requisor. Requisor is a AI project assistant that we have built that takes messy ideas and turns them into action plans with milestones and tasks. We have AI agents that actually help on executing on all of those ideas and action plans as well. These agents can be quoting agents, social media agents, and many more that you can also connect your other apps to. So I want you to check out Requisor and how it can help you to take your ideas
to execution. Thank you.
That's cool. That's a good job to have.
Yeah, and the events part, there's a bunch of stuff that goes with that. It's always a fun time to just bring people together and make it feel like Milwaukee is this, bustling tech city.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are there any events that there are lots of folks watching who are coming in from the outside who would be perhaps looking at checking out the Milwaukee tech scene? So any top ones that you would mention, just all year around, that people should be looking out for, not necessarily just now, but just
Yeah.
in general.
Well, I think October is great for Wisconsin Tech Month. There's always so much going on there. The summer in Milwaukee is just, I think, the best time. There's so many events, Summerfest, and all the tech events. Everyone's just wanting to get out, meet people. I think that's a really good time to really see how Milwaukee's thriving in that space. Year round, I think there's always stuff. I feel like usually for us, between like November to January, we're kind of strategizing the next year and trying to figure out how can we make, this program or this event better for next year, or how can we create, based on feedback that we heard, how can we create maybe an experience that people are really looking for and listen to the community.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for all the stuff that you do and all the events that you put together.
It's my privilege. So.
And
I'm very excited.
definitely, I just wanted to also appreciate the fact that you were open enough to kind of, tell about your struggles, as well as, trying that pursuit of finding something that like makes you happy, and kind of attaining that and keeping that going. I think we'll have to get you in for a separate conversation, just about how you get satisfaction in your careers, and how do you get from a job to career to a calling. That's something
that's great
that we'll perhaps explore at some other time as well. But Vanessa, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. That was awesome. I love being able to talk about it and just divulge in this, so thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and we will see you shortly.
Okay.